Welcome into Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, the only pro wrestling podcast in the Marshland Media Empire conglomeration world-conquering entity of podcast that is dedicated to breaking down episode by episode, beat by beat, and sweaty time by sweaty time, Lucha Underground, the combined effort between AAA and the El Rey Network. My name is Sean, and I am one of your hosts. Hello. With me is another one of your hosts, whose name is James.
Oh, hey, real quick, I'm getting a call.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Oh, it says it's from 423. You suck.
Oh, wow. Oh, no, I was not emotionally prepared for this reality. If you are one of those listeners that listens along and does not watch the show, trust me when I tell you, James just made the perfect joke.
Yeah!
Honestly, the greatest cold open in the world. Saturday Night Live writers will be studying it for years to come. I hear Steve Martin banging down your door asking for the secrets of the perfect cold open.
He's saying, oh my God, I want to be a one-timer club on this show. And we're like, good luck. Not a lot of people have.
Very few.
A single person.
Yeah. I gotta get more proactive. Now that the 4th is over, I've passed my birthday, which is weird sad times.
Oh!
Yeah, like, just, I don't know. There are certain days, like certain holidays. I don't do good on certain holidays.
Sean, this is what you gotta do. You have to meet the love of your life around like a month before your birthday, and then officially start dating that, we made it official. Whoops, it was on my birthday.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you need to meet the love of your life like a month before your birthday, and then like 2 days after you make it official, then your best friend dies from a stroke.
No.
And okay, good. I'm glad you didn't say that.
No. Why did you say that? That's offensive, Sean.
Because that's close to what happened. Love of my life is a lot of strong words. It was just someone I really liked. I'm talking too much about that. That's not what you were trying to bring up at all.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, I have a story to tell that happened a few days ago. Mm-hmm. I was riding my scooter back from work. I'm literally on the block that all I have to do is turn the corner to where our apartment is, and I'm scooting. I'm on my razor, and I see out of my periffs, I was like, that shouldn't be there. And I'm like, it also shouldn't be facing that direction. Oh, it's getting closer. Someone just T-boned me on my scooter. Luckily, they were coming from an alleyway. So all it did was like bump me hard, and then I like slammed on the ground. So I'm just bruised up. But I got up, and this person started, like, they didn't even say anything. They just started like coming out. I think what they were doing was checking on their car and not me. But I was like, if I talk to this person, I will just scream at them and call them a douchebag. So I'm just gonna keep going. I don't care what happens to them or what's gonna happen later to me. Luckily, I'm okay. But as I was going, someone who was like at the other side of the block driving down, they must have seen it and been like, oh, that was egregious. What? And they asked me, hey, are you okay, bud? I was like, I hope. And I just kept going. I went home. And luckily it tweaked my neck a little, but that's fine. And all I have now is just like a big bruise on my knee.
Okay. How long ago was this?
Friday, and today's Monday.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that's I'm not a doctor, and legally I'm not allowed near most hospitals within the city for various reasons.
Joker reasons, guys. Watch The Dark Knight if you don't get that.
But also don't watch The Dark Knight, because then you're going to know all of my secrets on how I commit my crimes.
Oh, yeah.
And the first rule of committing crimes is keep your secrets close to the chest.
Mm-hmm.
But like that is going to be, I don't know, because I feel like sometimes it's those little injuries that you don't realize you get, and then just like keep monitoring, especially the neck thing. But I'm worried about
the neck's fine. It was just tight.
It was just tight, and it's no longer tight?
It's no longer tight. Also, it might have just been from reading books, because it was already tight.
You were struck by a car, and Your excuse is like, well, this could just be reading books.
Yeah, my neck was already tight because
time.
I've had these fucking comic book companies keep putting out hardbacks, and it's hard to read a hardback comfortably on the train. There's no give to it. So you have to be in a specific position, especially if you have a Razor scooter. Luckily, that's safe. I was more worried that the Razor scooter got broken. Then I would have been like, hey, you need to pay for a new one.
I got to get to work so I could read all these books, motherfucker.
Yeah, actually, well, on my commute and on my commute back, that's when I read. Guys, guess what? When you work at a comic book store, there's no time to read comics.
Just like there's no time, like the present, to get into this week's episode.
Just like when you're in a locker room, there's no time not to hit your colleague with a chair.
I like this opening a lot. We got a cold open here. We're in the locker room. It's season 3, episode 6. Title of the episode: The Open Road to Revenge. We open with a locker room. Dragon Azteca Jr. vows to a poster of Dragon Azteca Sr. versus Chavo Guerrero Sr. that he will fight with honor, even if his opponent does not. Dragon Azteca Jr. last week had won the opportunity to fight Pentagón Dark against Chavo Guerrero. Everyone hates Pentagón Dark, but Dragon Azteca Jr. won the opportunity to actually take him in a match. So he's looking at this old poster, this old fight poster of his old master and Chavo Guerrero Sr.
Chavo Classic.
Chavo Classic. They say Chavo Classic the entire time, and I'm not totally sure why. They don't say senior.
No, I like saying classic. Maybe was Chavo Sr. a respectable man? In canon, was he gimmicky?
I'm gonna go based on the Mountain Goat song, because unfortunately I was not alive or around to watch enough Texas territory wrestling. So I'm gonna say, Chavo Guerrero Classic was a really good guy.
Okay, so in that sense, they're like, hey, that's classic that's Chavo Classic. This new one's, it's like the RoboCop reboot. It's like the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. It's like pretty much any other reboot.
Okay.
It's like the reboot.
Oh no. I did not see it, but it looks sad because it doesn't have enough, I don't even know, animation.
It doesn't have enough jank to it.
No jank, zero jank. You want jank? How about you meet Chavo in the locker room with a chair?
Uh-huh.
You hear from the back, nah, tonight you don't fight at all, as Chavo catches Dragon off guard with a chair. And it's beautifully choreographed. It's so easy just to write in, he hits him with a chair and he falls down. But they choreograph a whole little thing until Dragon gets put into the corner. And then the POV chair shots to the dome. Chavo's delivering these chair shots, but we're POV. The camera is POV to Dragon Azteca. So it's just looking into the eyes of Chavo Guerrero as he crushes us with a chair until we die.
Yeah, I wrote down Chavo committed manslaughter with a folding chair.
There's a couple of crimes in this episode. This is the first.
Oh, yeah.
This was awesome.
I would say actually the first is Dragon Azteca Jr.'s outfit. That's a fashion crime.
Wow. Not even true. He looks great. Dragon Azteca Jr., you look great. I don't know why James is being so petty about your outfit.
Okay, then the first crime is that when Dragon Azteca Jr. turns around to speak for the first time, he's not eating a pizza bagel bite.
That's all. You know what? That's true. We need this brand. Look at our company. Look at our network. It's not doing great. We need these brand deals. Dragon Azteca Jr., you're ruining us all by not eating a pizza bagel bite immediately as you pray to your master and Chavo Guerrero Classic.
Uh-huh. And
speaking of which.
Yes, Chavo, he says fuck that. I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm out. And then Rey Mysterio comes trouncing in.
Before Rey comes in, because the poster was in Dragon Azteca Jr.'s locker. And so as he walks by the open locker and he sees the poster, Chavo's just says, my dad kicked Dragon Azteca's ass last night. And I love that.
He says, my dad could kick your dad's ass.
Not even could. My dad did indeed kick your dad's ass. I remember the night of this poster, my dad whooped your dad's ass.
Hell yeah.
Petty. King petty shit. Chavo leaves the scene of the crime right as Ray turns the corner. Ray tries to report the body, but Chavo has already vented away. So we're just left with Ray holding Dragon Azteca's corpse at this point, screaming to the skies, Chavo!
It was I laughed so hard, but also King Petty shit is when Chavo dresses up in a lion mask.
Now why?
Because he's like King from Tekken, but he's King Petty shit.
Okay.
I think that's the skin. Like on Tekken, you can be King, or you can be King that like it's clearly Chavo in, just a King mask, and it's King parenthetical Petty shit.
And to get the Petty, just to be clear, because that's part of the costume. The other part of the costume is there's a little guitar on his back, and every time you hit him, instead of going or whatever King sound makes, you hear little clips of "You don't know what it like to be me" or "Free falling here."
Or if you punch it hard enough, it's kind of like a piñata. But guys, the locker room moved on. He's not bringing his duffel bag anymore. They're pooping in that hole in the acoustic guitar.
No.
I'm afraid when they realize that this will eventually backfire on one of them when he smashes it over someone's head and it just rains shit on them.
It's just hey, all our wrestling fans out there, all two of you. When he goes on his full-on Jeff Jarrett shit and he's just slamming guitar in everyone's face, and just guitar after guitar after guitar, and you don't know which one is full of shit, but you know you deserve it if you catch the shit guitar because you know you also shat in Chavo's guitar.
I'm gonna be honest, you don't know which one because you're pretty sure it's all of them.
You shat in all of those guitars. And some version of you in this past, present, or future has shat in this guitar. And a long enough timeline in a universe full of multiple dimensions, there is a dimension where you have shat in every guitar Chavo Guerrero has ever held.
You were just drinking boots full of bacon grease so you'd have diarrhea and just start raining in them.
You heard of raining blood. How about raining shits into Chavo's guitar? You
went to Good Mythical Morning and had the art department there fashion up one of those. They have this bit where they pour into a funnel and it goes into two tubes into their mouth. They do that, but 8 of them, so you can just shit once, just rain it, and it goes evenly dispersed into all of them.
Not me checking the time to see how long it took us to get really deep into the scatological trauma of Chavo.
Real quick, then we'll move on.
Yeah.
The Chavo! I need to edit it, that it pops up in, cursive font for your consideration, Rey Mysterio.
You're damn right. Though, Slapback plays us to the desk. We got a new band this week. It's Slapback. Yeah. They're hyping us for the main event. They have not seen what has happened yet because they're too busy listening to Slapback. So Matt Striker's all excited. Azteca versus Pentagón Dark tonight for our main event.
Woo! I'm excited for that main event.
It would have been a great main event if Chavo had not just committed manslaughter and then vented away before Ray could catch him.
I didn't know that. I was too busy listening to Slapback.
Slapback, you're too good. Vampiro says, but speaking of Ultima Lucha, there's a debt that needs to be repaid, and that's the first match. Melissa, take it away. This is crazy. And the first match tonight, Famous B and Dr. Wagner Jr. with the beautiful Brenda. And James, do you recall what they were doing at Ultima Lucha, the last their old Ultima Lucha? How Dr. Wagner came into this company and Famous B and then became such good friends, and they held hands and they ran on the beach.
They said, "I'm taking you down, Havoc," in a way that either he gets a bunch of money or Havoc gets a title match at next Ultima Lucha.
Yes, Havoc had an opportunity, either take the money or take the title match. Havoc said, "I want the title match." And then Dario said, "God damn it, you know what? Fuck you. Here's Dr. Wagner. We're going to kill you."
Which means as his agent, Famous B got $50,000 from that match.
Mm-hmm. Because 10%.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm a respectable agent. I only take 6.66.
Yeah. I know. I am not a good client because I have not booked any gigs to pay you yet. But I will someday. Please don't send Dr. Wagner on me.
Oh, I'm going
to. The same way Famous B sent Dr. Wagner on his old client, Masquerita Sagrada.
He's going to snap you like a twig.
God, he would. I'm very fragile, both emotionally and physically. By the way, if you're wondering whose opponents, those are his opponents, Masquerita Sagrada and Son of Havoc. The biker from the open road has a new sidecar on his bike. Also, he has a bike. He has a new bike for his entrance now. James, thoughts on the new Son of Havoc entrance?
I just wrote down vroom vroom because they just do that in the middle. Clearly not the real engine that is being fed in via Foley through the speakers. Very funny. No. But I willed this to happen, Sean. I said, oh my God, what if they become a tag team match? Oh my God.
Wait, I think they were pretty clear there was going to be a tag team match at the pizza. They shared pizza bagel bites together.
I've shared pizza bagel bites with so many people. None of us have ever gone team-wise into a ring.
That's because you've never gone into a ring, to be fair. If you were ever to go into a wrestling ring immediately following those pizza bites, you would find that not even legally, like some strange cosmic force would will you two together, or three, depending how many people you shared your pizza bites with. You would be inexplicably drawn. It's like in The Happening when the trees was making all those people do stuff. But instead of doing bad stuff, you're doing teamwork and friendship stuff. It's like a good version of The Happening.
When we get Marty the Moth on the pod, I have to send him bagel bites. He will eat them on the pod. Little does he know, legally binding contract, him and I tag team now.
Mm-hmm. Not even legally, a cosmically binding contract.
And Aerostar will say he's the notary for all things cosmic.
Yeah, he's also just a big fan of pizza bagel bites.
Oh, who isn't? Guys,
they're pizza bagel bites.
You get them at any of your frozen grocery aisle stores, okay?
Absolutely. We are not sponsored by Pizza Bagel Bites, but I do plan to steal more in the future. So, don't catch me. If you see me stealing Pizza Bagel Bites, don't be a narc.
I would just say wait until a wrestler's around and they're looking for a tag team partner. And then you say, hey, give me some bagel bites and I'm in.
Hell yeah. This is I'm excited about this tag team.
I'll be honest, every single match was a fucking banger this episode.
Yeah, only 3 matches which there usually is 3, but they gave them all a lot more. They gave them a good chunk amount of time each. Nothing's under 5 minutes. And yeah, even this one is just very exciting. And there was all the jokes aside, Son of Havoc and Masquerita Sagrada have real legitimate beef with each other. And they hung out. Masquerita Sagrada met Son of Havoc's mom. That's not a bit. That they filmed that. They hung out in Son of Havoc's basement and he met his mom. His mom told him to call her her first name. That's tight. That's friendship intimacy right there.
Also, to reword what you said, they have shared beef together, not beef together.
That's true. Thank you so much. They have shared beef together, and I do think the more important part, Masquerita Sagrada has met Son of Havoc's mom.
Yeah.
The only more powerful binding agent between partners, other than pizza bagel bites, is meeting someone's mom.
Yeah.
You do both? I'm dying for you. My life for you.
I met Sean's mom.
And for that reason, I will die for you, James. I've got regardless. I will die for you, except for the Dominator, which I simply cannot. I simply cannot.
Nicole and I were on Tinder and we swept left on her.
Wait, my mother?
Yeah, that's how we met her.
So you swiping left means you don't want to meet her.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? Oh my God. No, not like this. I have never been so glad to know that my family does not listen to my work. This match is cool. Brenda calls Masquerita Sagrada a naughty baby and he flips her the bird. The bell rings before Sagrada and Son of Havoc even make their entrance. So this match is on. Masquerita and Havoc bait Wagner and B out of the ring into stereo suicidas. On the suicida, Masquerita thumps his head off of the Deuce sidecar while landing. He's fine. He appeared to be fine, but that was a big loud thump. But yeah, Masquerita gets an assisted Tijeras head scissors. Son of Havoc just kind of like boosts him over, crushes him with it. Big old Masquerita chance. Son of Havoc and Dr. Wagner start the match in the ring with each other. And eventually, Dr. Wagner overpowers Son of Havoc's springboard elbow. He just kind of catches him in the waist lock. But Havoc counter rolls into a 2 count with Wagner. Wagner kicks out right there at 2. It is really... And they put over like how much Son of Havoc just has body awareness. Not just... like because he is very quick and he is very athletic. But he also just knows where his body is at all times. Which is like even that getting out of that waist lock into the roll up. It's just he's big brains from the man from the open road. It's kind of I'm really glad he kind of found this babyface light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like don't get me wrong. It was fun to hate him because he was a big old bigot for a while.
For like 5 weeks, then they're like, yeah, let's not do this.
Exactly. It was just like it's weird. There's nothing at all redeeming about him. And we have like literal monsters on the show.
Yeah.
And Jack Evans, who's just very annoying.
Yeah. And with him as M-Dog 20 was just such a dominating force in the indies and backyard shit. Like everyone is there to see this man and they're going to root for him because they know who he is. You can't just be like, well, let's make him an actual literal piece of shit. No, we got to make him lovable.
Yeah, and he really my heart. I don't know why I'm getting my heart. I'm getting like heart smiles. You know when you smile from your heart?
No, never done it.
Oh, gosh, you're so edgy.
My grandfather did that. This is what he said. My grandfather said this. That's what I've been told before he died.
He said, what did he say? I've never smiled?
No, he said, I'm getting those heart smiles. And he started punching on his chest and then bada bing, dunzoid. Oh, yeah.
Masquerita tags in, standing shoulder tackle off of the top. Wagner stuffs him with a boot, powerbomb for 2, tags in Famous B. I'm not gonna lie, I did not realize this was a tag match for the longest time. Because Dr. Wagner, he's wearing the singlet and the mask. You know, Son of Havoc and Masquerita, they're wearing their usual gear. And then there's beautiful Brenda. She's wearing like the nurse, which she's been wearing since they started working with Dr. Wagner, like a nurse's outfit. Very Hello Nurse, very Animaniacs. And then Famous B is wearing a white suit, I think with like red accents, and the stethoscope. That's not wrestling clothes. I really thought it was Dr. Wagner versus Masquerita and Son of Havoc. I did not expect Famous B to be there on the apron to catch the tag.
My guess is because Famous B wasn't expecting this. He's like, oh, Wagner, you're going to take this guy out easy peasy. Whoever Son of Havoc is with, I have no beef with them. You're good. But then when Masquerita comes in, he's like, oh, fuck him. He made me a laughing stock. I need to get in some hits here.
Maybe, but they also announce it. I had to go back to listen. It is Masquerita. It is Dr. Wagner and Famous B.
No, but what I'm saying is like you could be in a tag match like, oh, but I won't need to be tagged in. You got this.
I understand. That makes sense. Maybe. And I do like that. I do love a manager who's so heel. He's like, yeah, I'll work a tag match with my client. I'll never get tagged in. He's jacked to shit, dude. Okay, I see that. And it's a great looking... Famous B looks great. Let me be very clear on that. Hamana Hawuga. It was just he's very evil weasel in this. We love an evil weasel, and he's hella evil weasel. This I'm not gonna lie, this broke my heart. We referenced it at the top of the show. You referenced it at the top of the show. You suck, Famous B has replaced the 4-2-3 get fame chants, and it hurts. It just hurts.
Yeah, it's now 4-2-3 you suck.
It's so bad. It was so over. It was so exciting. To see like, I don't know, sometimes things get over and then they kind of take a heel turn and it takes them a while to like, for the fans to catch up with how evil or bad they're being.
Yeah.
The fact that the fans are already here, they're already 4-2-3, you suck. I'm just like, no.
No, I think that's a testament of how catchy 4-2-3 Get Fame was, that you can so easily just flip it on its head to find something that is the opposite of it.
And how good Famous B, Beautiful Brenda, like everyone has been this entire time. Masquerita and Son of Havoc keeping like the babyface shine to them. Wagner just being the Wagner being a brick shithouse enough to like be memorable and people want to see him wrestle still. And like, cause that's the thing, cause like Wagner's getting the heat, but like not the way that Famous B is like how good him and Brenda have been.
Yeah.
Just getting heat, not being like fun anymore, not being fun. But well, I don't know, that's not fair. Cause they are still actually very fun, but it's not in a cool way where like I want to cheer for you.
Yeah, because Brenda the entire time is screaming, "Put baby in a corner."
Yeah, Brenda's not doing great. I feel like that's I don't know how that ages in the year of our Lord 2024.
I don't know how it ages in the year 2016 of our Lord.
Yeah, Brenda, that sucks. Masquerita Tilt-A-Whirls for the Havoc hot tag. Havoc comes in, leaps off the top rope, runs Wagner into his pump kick. Like a lot of people, I feel a lot of just like fast wrestling, a lot of like full on. I feel like we've been a little spoiled with like Cage and like the Cage Tejano series of like, you know, powerful wrestlers and more mat based stuff. All the matches tonight, super high flying based, super fast. Elbow, crossbody, Famous B just breaks out a 2 count as Son of Havoc goes to cover Dr. Wagner. And Havoc's on fire. He clears Wagner out of the ring. He grips up Famous B like right by the collar. He's doing the big like, you want this tag? Do you all want this tag? Masquerita's like, I want this tag. I will murder this man. So Masquerita catches the tag, crossbody off the top rope. Fireman's carry into a slam. He's going to set up Son of Havoc for his finish, like they're going to tag again. However, Wagner reemerges. He knocks Havoc off of the top onto the floor. Wagner driver onto Masquerita Sagrada, tags Famous B, who pins Masquerita Sagrada using the stethoscope. Like he takes so much goddamn time to do it too. Puts the little earbuds into his ears, and he takes the thing and locates the heart, and he places the stethoscope over the chest, which is enough of a pinfall. And the referee counts it 1, 2, 3 with stethoscope assist. Famous B and Dr. Wagner win this match in 6 minutes and 46 seconds.
You brought up how Son of Havoc was on fire. You forgot to mention that he also had big head mode and he was a Minotaur on.
Yes, he was. He was also Bill Clinton, as well as Hillary Clinton.
Wait, you could be those in sports games?
I'm specifically in the one you're referencing, I believe so.
Oh, I'm referencing two. I think Slugfest had big head mode, had all of those modes.
Okay. I was referencing where On Fire comes from, NBA Jams.
Okay. You can be Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton?
I'm pretty sure Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton exist in NBA Jams.
It's crazy how like all the emails weren't just about that. People saying like, remember when you were in NBA Jam? That's wild.
Release our emails. Hey, can you sign my copy of NBA Jams? Keep your emails. Never mind. I guess that's all the emails are. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So this match felt like we have never, we weren't alive in the 70s, but this just, from what I hear and what I've seen through video, this feels like a match you would have seen. And this is the best compliment. I'm giving a good compliment.
Okay. I'll be the judge of that.
Like the main event at a VFW wrestling match, like in the 70s where the entire town goes and you're just having a fucking blast.
Like these territory days, yeah. And in some way, obviously we still have indies like that where they should be fun. I feel that it makes sense for an opener like that because it is such a fun match. Even though it has kind of a downer ending?
No, because of course they were going to lose because they're setting this up to be a rivalry. You can't have the good guys win immediately. I think in maybe 6-7 episodes they'll win and this will be done.
Oh yeah, I think that's what makes it more of an opener than a closer.
Oh yeah,
is because like if like I'm not gonna like yeah no like, it makes sense for them. They're building Dr. Wagner still. Like Son of Havoc, like he needs to win here pretty decisively for him to be a threat. But like for that reason, that's why I would put it as an opener, not a closer. Because it's like, it's a very good, exciting match that will send you home a little bummed, especially if you're like, maybe you're a child who doesn't know that wrestling is a little more scripted than it is not. You were so excited by this motorcycle and this sidecar, and you're like, yes, they're friends, and there's no way through the power of friendship they can ever lose. Uh-oh, and then they lose.
Except in the 70s, the kid would be like, yeah, but I'm angry, but I'm also a little lightheaded from those fumes because they weren't able to cart that in the 70s.
It's also true. Dude, I feel like that was like on a track or like on a rope from the back.
It had to have been, yeah.
Okay, great. They had no rope in the 70s?
Nope, zero.
Zero rope. All they had is a wooded burrow with intense music stings. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the 70s. That's this next little teaser segment. That's right, we're back to the second. I think this is the second or third time we're here in the wooded burrow with the intense music stings. We sort of zoom in further and further into this like little hole in the ground, almost like a little shot hobbit hole. We hear, how long is forever? Sometimes forever is just 1 second. And we get a jump scare of a white rabbit. And then the white rabbit disappears again. And we cut to the white rabbit graphic, all black and white, with the hypnotizing lines coming off of it. You know, like if you drop a stone into a pond, it creates ripples. And if you stare into those ripples long enough, you become hypnotized. That didn't make sense. The ripples that look like hypnotized lines. You understood what I meant the first time. I got deep in the metaphor.
Hypnotized lines? I thought it was Hypnotized Minds, that 3-6 Mafia record label.
Okay. Okay.
You want to know who this would have been a legit jump scare towards?
Who?
My mom, because she's deathly allergic to rabbits.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm so excited for who this wrestler is, but I don't want your mom to not be a fan.
Well, hopefully they're a heel.
I hope not. I think they're too good. You don't want me because I'm pretty confident I know who this is.
Say it.
Paul London.
Okay, I don't know him.
Paul London is one of the all-time greatest high flyers, and especially in the time period, like I'd say 5 to 10, like 5 years ago even. He got fired from WWE for the most bullshit reasons, and it's one of the reasons I don't trust. I kind of got off that company is the release of Paul London. He should have been one of the most innovative names in the history of professional wrestling, and he still is. But I don't think he could have done much more. But he smiled at a segment where Vince McMahon, I don't know if you remember when Vince McMahon tried to kill himself on TV. He was like, oh, I'll write this in where I blow up in a car accident and I walk through the back.
Oh, yeah.
Paul London was the guy that like didn't know what, no one explained to them, hey, this is what the segment is. Just stand there, which is also fucking weird. What a weird ass power trip to have all of these contracted professional wrestlers behaving as essentially background actors for this fucking bullshit storyline. I hate it so much. I'm not over it. But he's just like sitting back there smiling, and he's like, oh, why would he be smiling? He's fired. Get him out of here. And they fucking released this guy who's, again, arguably one of the best to ever do it. One of the best to do this style at this time. It's so fucked.
I'll be the judge of that.
I love what this is though. This whole white rabbit somewhere lost in the burrow. TikTok. They'll be here soon.
Oh damn!
Is the final graphics. Yeah.
I wonder if Jimmy Pardo saw this and got his idea for TikTok, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't know about that. He did. Then Paul London's face appears on screen and he says, "Please don't take this personal. Would you politely go to hell?"
I was gonna start singing that, but then I realized, oh no, that's what you're referencing.
Yeah, you could have. That just would have been the end of it. That would have been the end of it. That's fine. Desk announces next week Puma versus Mill. They're jumping it up 1-on-1. It's happening next week. They said we can't deal with this shit anymore. We can't have Mil Muertes interfering with Puma matches. We can't have Puma red and black style. That guy is a menace. we gotta clear it out now. Next week, Mill and Puma 1-on-1. I'm sure that match will end in no shenanigans.
Puma's doing it for the Juggalos with the red and black.
Whoop, motherfucking whoop. But up next, for the first time matchup for the Gift of the Gods Championship. It is the first luchador ever, the man who created the sport, Jack Evans.
Yeah!
Versus Sexy Star.
Oh, yeah.
Vampiro recalls his time watching Jack grow and blossom in Italy and Japan. Dude's a road dog, and Vampiro loves him.
And Vampiro also says he's a human video game.
He really he's insane. He's very good.
Also, we brought up Puma, and I've talked about it before. This is just a quick aside, how whenever we post Puma stuff on TikTok, without fail, a bunch of people will be like, that's Ricochet. And it's like, yeah, okay. There's another thing that's been happening. Whenever I post Gangrene Gang stuff from the Powerpuff Girls Z podcast that I do, every fucking thing is like, someone said, fun fact, Ace is part of the Gorillas canonically. It's like, yeah, that's an obvious fact. Everyone knows this.
I think I do that every time you bring up Gangrene Gang.
Oh my God.
I do. I like the
Get
album.
on TikTok.
It's a good album. I gotta stop being on TikTok as much.
At least comment, say, hey, did you know that's actually a gorilla?
Did you guys know that Ricochet is in the Gorillas? He plays the keys.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
They finally have a keyboardist?
Yeah, and it's Ricochet.
Hell yeah.
AKA Prince Puma. Did you know Prince Puma was Ricochet, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone even before we were posting these clips, I knew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's because I used to fly into your window at night like a Peter Pan, but I would just subliminally whisper, Ricochet is Prince Puma. Prince Puma is Ricochet.
And also remember that Santos Escobar is that King Cuerno guy. Because that's also one we get a lot.
That is one we get a lot too. And did you know Johnny Mundo is John Morrison, a.k.a. Johnny Nitro, a.k.a. Johnny TNA, a.k.a. Johnny TV, a.k.a. Johnny Down Under, a.k.a. this guy has a lot of names.
Hey, and did you know Sexy Star broke someone's arm?
I mean, that's yeah.
You always say that. You always say that, and so do people. Like, oh, is that the lady who broke someone's arm in the ring?
It's hard because especially if you didn't watch this show at the time, you kind of have to be like, is this the person I heard about who nobody wants to? I hope her the best emotionally and mentally. Shit's hard. I felt bad for Sexy Star. I remembered all the shit I said about her on this podcast. I'm like, you know what? I hope you're doing okay. Just as a person. Man. Don't wrestle anymore, please. But I hope as a person you're doing okay.
And if you do, you have to work a 12-step program with everyone in the biz because it's not just, we don't have time. We don't have time.
No, but Sexy Star has the new Magical Girl staff and high-collared cape.
Oh, okay. Oh, do you think it's cool now?
I was trying to meet you in the middle on this one, James.
Okay, because last episode you were like, yeah, it's fucking bullshit. I can't even get behind it.
Yeah. So I'm trying.
Okay,
We took 2 weeks. No, this is why we took 2 weeks off.
It's because I was exhausted and you were exhausted.
Yeah, that's also. You know why I was exhausted? Because I was trying to build myself up to at least for the sake of the costume department. For the hardworking men and women in the back, tirelessly stitching their fingers. That's right, James is throwing up the salute, and I'm narrating it so you people at home can know how hard we're saluting right now. The people with the stitches in their fingers and their thumbs, and they go, ow, 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 making this shit look as good as they do. Shouts out to the cape as well as the staff. I don't know, the staff might fall more into props than it would costuming, but it's a very nice staff. And I'm happy to see it.
Hey, it's still IATSE, baby, I think.
I think so, too. So they're in the ring. It's for Sexy Star's Gift of the Gods title. And Jack cuts a whole-ass promo before the match. He declares himself the Star Destroyer. And he is going to end Sexy Star's whole career and possibly life tonight. Legally, I think he just admitted to intent to crime, like even under an athlete's contract, which like, yeah, I'm sure you have to sign something like, hey, in case I get hurt, that's part of the sport. I'm pretty sure Jack Evans still committed a crime with this promo. So that's the second crime of the night.
Yes, mainly because he was saying that one line in the United States you're not allowed to say that the whitest kids you know did a whole bit about.
Yep, that we're not going to say on this podcast right now.
Yeah, especially with, current events happening. But people just posted that, and it was just with a mortar launcher. And that's its own sentence. I can say that.
I can say that. Rest in peace, Trevor. That dude was funny.
Oh, I thought you were going to say rest in peace, the other person.
No, because we can't say that.
We can't because he's still there.
He's still fucking asshole. This match is great. As much as Jack Evans is very good, they work a very stiff match. Sexy Star whoops Jack's ass for most of the match.
Yeah.
It is a lot of Sexy Star and all of her offense are either leaping strikes like drop kicks or just dives off the top rope.
She does that one, I don't know what you call it when you put someone on your back and they're facing the opposite direction.
I wanted to talk about that as well. When you release it, I believe that's the gory bomb. Normally, if you hold them there and it's a submission, that's called the gory special.
Okay.
And then releasing it and dropping them is the gory bomb. I think, watch me get that wrong. It's either the gory special or the gory bomb. Sexy Star does it in a way this match where she doesn't normally you let go of their arms and you take the person who's taking the move, they take that bump on their belly. So you release their arms, they go flat belly, and it's all on their belly and their face. Sexy doesn't really release the arms in time. So instead, she holds on for a long time. So when she drops Jack, he takes it all to his knees.
I think that was intentional. I think she's going because he's such a high flyer and his kicks will destroy you. I think she's going for his legs, and that would be the smart thing to do.
I think so. And yes, it is a very impactful move, and it is what it's. Yeah, it looked good. It didn't look scary. I imagine that they talked about it beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, it still looked scary because just like getting bumps on the ring apron, like when people just slam someone's back on that. This, I'm like, oh, my knees, I just got hit by a car, etc.
Why did you say it so flirtatiously? You said it in a very oh my. Maybe it's not flirtatious. It's that you said it with a snaggle, a slight Snagglepuss cadence. And Snagglepuss is just a very flirtatious cartoon character.
I was summoning vibes of R2 Shelby too.
Okay, you know what? An R2 Shelby too, very Snagglepuss-like character. I can see that.
I'm a goddamn dumpy boo-boo.
I don't, what?
Yeah. No, I'm boo-boo, still dumpy in, personality, but with cum gutters, dude.
You're not a dumpy boo-boo. You're a very fuckable boo-boo.
Boo-boo on already's fuckable, okay? He's very
Boo-boo's
attractive.
fuckable as fuck. Oh, yeah, no, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
I know way too much about your thoughts on boo-boo.
Boo-boo's hot.
Yep.
Betty's hot. Wilma's hot.
Yep.
Those are probably my top three, who I want to bang Hanna-Barbera characters. Miss Bellum, Miss Keen, oh my God. The deer that Johnny Bravo dates in that episode.
Gimme. Yeah. Would you rather date the deer that Johnny Bravo dates or the deer from the Queens of the Stone Age No One Will Know music video?
I'm going to say the deer Johnny Bravo dates because I have no context for the latter.
That's probably for the better. The other one, that's not a cartoon, so that's just a deer.
Oh,
you know what
okay.
I mean? Yeah. At that point, you're just fucking an animal.
Okay, what about
the latter?
Dating the deer that Johnny Bravo dated, or the deer that's very into sex in that Whitest Kids You Know sketch?
Ooh, I don't know that sketch, actually. So, going back to the Johnny Bravo deer.
All right. Darren's playing the deer just saying, ooh, you should watch it. It's in season 1.
Last one. The deer that Johnny Bravo dates. Or the entire original cast on the recording of the Dear Evan Hansen soundtrack.
Okay, see, I have no context for that, so I'm going to have to go to Johnny Bravo. Let me do one more.
Clean sweep. Oh, wait, one more?
One more.
Johnny Bravo Dear has the clean sweep. We've never had this. This is unprecedented.
This one might break it.
Ooh, and you know what? That's a fighting champion. Yeah.
The Dear Johnny Bravo dates in that one episode, or the deer head that gets spiked onto the ring side every time King Cuerno comes to the ring.
Oh, no. Poor deer that Johnny Bravo dates. It was the perfect run. But then this head comes crawling out of the corner that King Cuerno... How do I not choose the deer head King Cuerno dedicates every match to that Johnny Mundo one time gave a little kiss on its snout to before fucking moonsaulting off of in that cage match? I'm dating the deer head. I'm dating Cuerno's deer head. And then he's my stepdad.
Yeah, also...
Or father-in-law.
We don't know about the deer from Johnny Bravo, but it's a fact that the deer had no gag reflex.
Zero. Well, yep. So their match is very good. The gory special, the gory bomb, that looked crazy. Jack rocks the blockbuster off the top rope, gets frustrated by a 2 count. He climbs the top again. Sexy slaps him off the top rope, dumps him to the floor outside. She follows up with a big old crossbody to the floor. We get the Lucha chance. This is awesome chance. One other thing I almost forgot to mention is Jack has... Sexy's kicking Jack's ass, and Jack it's weird. He's like very good wrestling, but also slipping in all these silly little guy moments. I just want I don't know if you caught when he puts Sexy Star like in a recliner, and then he starts puppeteering her mouth.
Oh, yeah. To
say, who's the best luchador? Jack Evans. It's maniacal. It is so good. But yeah, Jack's on the floor. Sexy Star just crossbodied him. When, out of nowhere, seemingly, a wild PJ Black, dressed like a post-apocalyptic lover boy, he leaps from the barricade onto the ring with a kendo stick in hand. And referee Mike Knox, he says that's really cool, because it's really cool, but you can't be here right now. We're doing the rest. Get out of here, PJ Black. So does PJ Black leave? No. He leaps over the head of the referee, climbs the other corner, gets on the second rope, and then starts playing his kendo stick like a guitar.
Oh, I missed that part.
Oh, and James, it makes guitar sounds.
Oh, hell yeah.
The post-production guitar sounds come back. And referee Mike Knox is reasonably going, what the fuck? Let me see that stick. How are you making... There's no strings on it. It's a stick. How? Simply put, PJ Black, how?
It's like one of those synth guitars that it wasn't like a keytar. It was a literal, like, you could strum it and it made noises, but it was like a pro level musical instrument. Someone check it out. It was in the 80s or something.
PJ, it's like that, but even less things and technology. It's just a stick.
Yeah.
PJ Black, where is this music coming from? I feel like I'm losing my mind, and I love it.
You want to know what would have made this better? Throw a jalapeno at the top of that stick.
No, absolutely not. I'll cancel you right now. I don't care anymore. I'll take this whole podcast down with me. Jeff Denham will never be on this show.
I don't know if you were watching the Kaiju Icon streams, but Nicole famously loves like ex-wife jokes. And just like, I guess ironically likes them, but because they're just like, I can't believe you hate your ex-wife, or like mother-in-law jokes, loves those because it's like, wow, it was weird in the 80s. And I came to this realization, I go, Nicole, I think you might legitimately like Tim Allen's first stand-up special. And she's like, no, I probably would.
Do you think it's a matter of like it was ironic and then she just got really into mother-in-law jokes?
I think it's that, and just like they're always so mean, and it's like, why
really mean?
Why are you like this? Just either enjoy them or figure out a way to enjoy them.
You don't have to be married. I guess my favorite thing is just like, my favorite thing about that being my least favorite thing is that you don't have to be married. It's okay. You can do what makes you happy.
Yeah. but I got these fucking kids, and the half of what's mine is hers. Oh, God, why'd I do this? Why'd I get married when I was 19? Why did everyone tell me to?
I don't know, man. You should just walk into the ocean with rocks in your pockets at that point. I'm too tired to deal with shitty wife. I'm too tired to deal with shitty wife guys at this point in time and history.
Well, let's focus on a nice wife guy, Johnny Mundo, because he's coming out of nowhere with another kendo stick.
It's amazing. All of this leaping from the barricade to the ring, jumping over the referee's head and turning your kendo stick into a guitar using the power of magic. All of this an outlandish vaudeville distraction so that Johnny Mundo can spear Sexy Star on the outside of the ring, throw her in, and then hide underneath the ring like a little troll man.
With his face when he goes underneath the ring and the cameraman's just like focused on him, he's like, whoops, and then like goes under. It's so funny.
I think what I love so much about this match Worldwide Underground as a group have been very silly little guys. Right? We've talked about like when they first started doing the guitars together, everything is they're evil, but they're very silly. But especially Jack Evans is like the silliest of these silly guys, right? Like PJ's kind of is pretty tough and he can do a lot of cool stuff. Johnny is the leader. Jack's a silly little bastard. So what do we get with this first Jack Evans title opportunity match? Just the silliest, dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
But Jack Evans is like, all right, it's my time to do this. He goes to pin Sexy. 1, 2, and I literally screamed, she kicked! Because I thought this was donezo. I thought that was going to be what this match was going to be. But no, I'm like, this just keeps getting better. And Mundo comes out because he's like, oh, I only heard 2, excuse me?
I love it. I love coming out of the ring being like, excuse me, why did my cheating not work? I did a very good job cheating, and it's kind of rude of you to not count the 3 count. But however, oh no. So yeah, Johnny, sorry, I got ahead of myself. So I made sounds. Johnny's on the apron. PJ is on the apron. Just then Drago and Aerostar, who have been partners with Sexy Star, and are just generally good people. They come out, they pull them off. Aerostar gets his signature springboard cannonball senton, which if you've never seen is insane. It's just, he's just like diving on his back onto his opponent. I burped very loudly, but it's because I love that springboard cannonball senton so much. They brawl to the back. It's just Sexy and Jack Evans. And here comes Phoenix to make the save. But there's no one left. So get the fuck out of here, Phoenix. The referee has to kick him out. Phoenix is like, no, what do you mean? There's someone I can punch, I'm sure. Just let me stay. Why is Phoenix doing this? Oh. Meanwhile, Phoenix is distracting the referee. Sexy Star has grabbed the kendo stick, the same kendo stick that PJ Black just played a blistering little solo on. And now is going to play a blistering solo onto Jack Evans' nuts. We get a little sack tap into the neck breaker, into the 1, 2, 3. Sexy Star retains the Gift of the Gods Championship, wins this match in 9 minutes and 13 seconds.
I think she's just trying to hold this belt as long as she can. She's like, I don't have the strength to take down at this time fucking, what's his name? Dario Cueto's brother?
Matanza. The monster Matanza. I don't know if it's even that. I think it might be more immediate. That's just like, there is so much shit happening at this temple right now. I'm just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Like Matanza's got the new Dial of Doom. There's weird blood magic going on. Puma's wearing the black and the red, so shit's kind of fucked up. And I've got an entire team of 4 dudes wanting to kill me. But thankfully I got the trios champs on my back. I don't know what's going on. Let me keep my head down. Let me survive. And when the opportunity comes, I'll recognize it, hopefully.
If Puma's ever in like a mask v mask match where like, oh, you lose, you remove the mask. He loses, removes the mask, but guess what? He's repping that red and black, pulls off. He's in Shaggy 2 Dope Shangri-La era red and white and silver face paint.
Then James looks at me. He says, "Welcome back, motherfuckers!" And it turns out it's been shuffling the deck the whole time. Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling is a fever dream I've been having. When in actuality, this will be a 3-year-long ICP podcast.
Yeah, why not?
That's a good point, though.
But on sexy retaining, if you are a wrestler, you're like, okay, do I want to give up this belt right away to like try and get this title match? No, I want to defend this belt as long as I can because technically I'm a champion still. I have this belt. People are coming after me. I'm not going after other people. So I'm I'm one of the number ones there. So it makes logistical sense why someone would want to do this. And that's probably what I would do. I'd be like, well, there's no way they're not going to push me to the actual like top dog number one of the company. I'll be second runner up, but it's still every other week I'm going to have a goddamn great match.
Are you speaking like in kayfabe or like in actual backstage, like taking care of yourself?
Taking care, like in like backstage.
Actual, like, okay, so like actual, like, I guess this would be, like, I was avoiding saying backstage politics, but I guess this would be politics, like, where my position on the card is in protecting that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, not saying it's a bad or a good thing, but that would fall under the category of politics.
But also because at this point, if Sexy were to, episode 2, try to get Matanza taken down, she would have lost. But during this time, if you're like, yeah, you want to know what? I'll keep doing this. Keep throwing people at me. Eventually, what will either happen is, you want to know what? You ran your course. You had a great time. We're going to give it to someone else who will then in turn, like, take down Matanza. That's fine. Awesome. I had a great time. Or you get so over that they're like, oh, fuck, you want to know what? Yeah, you're taking down Matanza.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to, like, just firing it off immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see that, especially. I mean, and there is something too. I think we talked about this before. The magic of momentum, where like if you win the title, you keep defending the title, you build the prestige of the title, you build the prestige of yourself, and that sort of fighting spirit becomes this ephemeral, very real kind of magic that like flies into your soul and your body, and you're like, oh shit, dude, I could lift a car and crush the Hulk. You ever in Old Man Logan when the Hulk eats Wolverine? Well, I'm going to eat the Hulk after he ate Wolverine because I'm just that fucking bad. Like that's the kind of that's the mindset you get into when you have that much fighting spirit flowing through your veins, brother.
Yeah, and it could be boiled down to what she's doing right now is a coin flip of will I get the Lucha Underground Championship belt or not? That's it's a yes or no. But if you immediately cash it in, it's just a no.
But also, like, there's part of me that's like, well, then if you don't think you can beat the champion, you're never going to.
No,
as many times as you defend it, you'll always kind of be in your head. I'm going a little kayfabe on this one.
Okay, yeah.
But like you're just always in your head of like, I can defend this, but I can never get the real one because this is a secondary title, right? This title is a stepping stone to the main title. And if you're afraid, that's the first step out the gate. Then you're already tripping over your boots and I've seen the Monster Matanza. That's not just a nickname. He's terrifying. And he throws a lot of suplexes, very mean-like. So, like, I get it, but, like, yeah.
He's exactly like Bat Sore.
What? Before we get to the office and the main event, James, what's a Bat Sore?
So, Bat Sore is the Batman version in Jurassic League. It's a 6-part miniseries that DC put out, like, a year or two ago, where the art is beautiful, but it's all of them are dinosaurs or like, prehistoric animals.
Go.
And it fucking rules. And Batman, it was either the Joker, which is just Jokerzard, or maybe it was someone that he just straight up suplexes and it rules. I'm like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll let you borrow it when I just have one more issue left. And they're already turning it into an animated feature, so.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go, dinosaurs who are also superheroes who also do suplexes. Like, how many of my interests can all come together at once?
I think the authors, they were like, yeah, I worked on Justice League, but I was like, I like dinosaurs more. And then we pitched it to the editor. The editor's like, this is actually really good. But it's a perfect combination of badass and extremely cute and funny.
Aw, sweet.
Yeah.
I'll tell you someone who's not cute and funny, but who is deceptive and evil. It's Dario. He's in his office, just getting off the phone with the hospital, who confirms what Chavo, currently rubbing his hands, twirling his mustache off to the side, has said about Dragon not being cleared for his match tonight. So just as Dario is about to confirm what Chavo asked for, his spot in the main event, Chavo versus Penta, Rey Mysterio barges into the office and declares a new main event, Rey Mysterio versus this piece of shit right here.
God, I loved his delivery of like, it's me versus this piece of shit right here. I was like, yeah.
I could not. Rey Mysterio said shit on my television screen, and like little 12-year-old Sean, sweet Shawnee boy, his jaw dropped on the floor to hear Rey Mysterio say the shit word. It was awesome.
Guys, I've heard his stand-up album that he recorded, he dubbed onto cassette. He was not a sweetie at 12.
I was a sweetie, and you did not hear that album. That is the definition of lost media.
Nope, I went back, swiped right on her, and said, hey, can I get that mixtape he made?
I'm like, stop finding my mom on Tinder.
No.
Okay. You brat. Rey wants to send Chavo to the hospital for what he did to Dragon. Chavo feigns offense at, after 25 years of friendship, being accused of such a thing before throwing the sucker punch. However, Rey catches it and he slaps Chavo around some before throwing those 25 years back in Chavo's face. It just means I know all of your tricks. Dario giggles. He's eating this shit up. So Penta's already booked for the main. He's waiting. He's ready. So it'll be Chavo revenging himself against Penta, and Rey avenging his friend against Chavo, and Penta whooping somebody's ass in a 3-way tonight. Chavo and Rey exit. Dario grabs a mic from the desk, and he heads out to give the believers the news and Melissa the new lineup, which is officially Pentagon Dark versus Chavo Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio Jr.
Woo!
This match is cool.
So on commentary, Stryker says, we have Rey, who is this technico. He's the good guy. Everyone loves him. But then you have the complete opposite in Chavo. He's just always being a piece of shit, lying, stealing to get whatever he wants. But then, you have Pentagon, who's kind of like in between. No, he's not. Pentagon is an evil man. He was in this like satanic cult thing. He was in a bondage farm. He broke people's arms. That is the definition of evil.
Dude, James, I was gonna skip this note because there's a lot. There's still some stuff to get to. We're over time, and also I didn't want to. I feel like I'm shitting on Matt Stryker too much because he's a piece of shit.
No, we like him.
You like him.
Wait, what?
The full line is the Rudo and Chavo.
Real quick, did he try and sell you a house and it was a lemon?
Yeah. He sold me a lemon. I live in a lemon under the sea. Sean Bob Squarepants.
Oh, damn.
The Rudo and Chavo, the Technico and Rey, and the Maybeo in Penta. My note was, shut the fuck up, Matt Stryker. The Maybeo is such, shut the fuck up, Matt Stryker.
I like Maybeo.
Here's the thing about, like, there is some truth to Penta, because Penta's not a full-on villain. Not just because of the reactions he's getting. It's impossible to boo Pentagon. We found that out. Yeah, you're the only person in the entire world, not just the country.
I'm sorry, I should reiterate this. I boo him because he has come to the haunted house that I put on here in Chicago. So, of course, I boo everyone who walks through there because I'm a little ghost.
Yeah. No, you boo him out of a professional courtesy.
But any lady who's looks like mousy and has bangs, I say, can I keep you?
Honestly, it's kind of fucked up you don't say that to Penta. That's the first thing I was, if Pentagon ever walked into my haunted house, the first thing I would say to Penta is, can I keep you?
I don't know if he has bangs or not. He always wears that mask.
That's the mystique
All right.
So, but it's the difference between Penta and Chavo and why Chavo is a full-on Rudo in that he is fighting for personal gain. There is nothing above the win at the end of the day for Chavo, and the reason for the win is because it looks good for Chavo. It fills Chavo's bank account. Rey Mysterio is fighting with love and honor for the tradition of Lucha Libre. Penta's motivation, I hate that I'm defending Matt Striker so much, but Penta's motivation is somewhere in the middle where it's not 100% personal gain. It is for the love of Lucha Libre, but it is a new take on Lucha Libre. It is an evolution of Lucha Libre, which is more violent than traditionally Technico-based. Like there is some, it's weird. He has, even though it's a sort of devil worshiper, it does give him a code of morals that is more than Chavo, right? Chavo has no code of morals. Chavo is self-serving.
Yeah, I guess this isn't United States wrestling where it's you are bad or evil. This is, are you lawful or what's the opposite?
Chaotic?
Yeah, lawful or chaotic.
Or in
because
some,
you
some
can
cases,
be lawful evil. And you still have those codes and you still live by a set of rules. But I will say that in not defensive Striker, at the end of the day, at the end of every match, Pentagon's goal is to win so he can get the gold, and he doesn't want anyone else to get it, so he breaks everyone's arms. That's why I think he is still a bad person, and I don't think he's a tweener.
I think one of the things to me, what makes him a sort of a tweener, I think there is a sort of moral code, and I think
I also think he's sometimes a tweener because, definition wise, he is 11 years old, so he is.
Yeah, no, he's a Disney star. He's appearing on So Random.
He's a tween.
He's a tweener, but no, I think there is a sort of moral code to his. Because I don't want to say, because it is Darwinian, and most people who have a Darwinian moral code are evil. So I don't want to go too, I don't want to but in competition, I guess there is a moral code in competition, and if you don't live up to competition, fuck your arm.
Did Torchy just sneeze in another room?
No, my roommates are a little loud.
Oh, Torchy's loud. Okay, all right.
Okay. This match is a lot. This match is very good. It's a lot. I was a little concerned when the match started that this was why didn't did Ray not want to go one-on-one with Pentagon? No, it's just the way this is the way that story wanted to be told, and it's so fucking good.
And I thought how this was going to end was because Pentagon doesn't really have beef with really. I was Pentagon's not winning. I feel like Ray's going to win by pinning Chavo. That's more of the story is. Just Ray hates Chavo, and Penta's yeah, Chavo, I'll break your arm again. I don't give a shit. But how it ends, I loved. But in the beginning, you get how do people chant Pentagon? Pentagon, Mysterio.
Yeah. Pentagon, Mysterio. Yeah,
it's that back and forth in stereo. And kind of either the Mole Man in The Simpsons or Droopy Dog, I just said, no one cheers for Chavo. And Nicole just starts laughing and she's like, you're right. No one's cheering for this third man.
Because he's a big old piece of shit the entire match. To give you a glimpse, because we're going to kind of skip through this one a little bit because again, we're running low on time. But Mysterio is flying all over the ring. He's taking everyone to Head Scissors City in some of the most unique and beautiful ways. Pentagon's offense, they even detail it on commentary, does it all. He does the ass kicks, some of the nastiest suplexes you've seen, some of the nastiest high-flying spots you've seen.
Didn't he hamstring kick Ray so hard that he did a 360 flip?
Yes, he did. Wowzers. On the outside. It was so good. And then Chavo's strategy, for the most part, is staying outside of the ring and then using trickery and shenanigans to get a quick advantage before stomping you out. It's not... Like, of course no one's gonna cheer for Chavo. He's being a big old piece of doo-doo. But I was also gonna say, as you were telling that story, before you got to nobody cheers for Chavo, I was gonna be like, yeah, and then there's one guy, James, who was in the temple at the time, but they specifically put a blanket over him so he wouldn't get picked up on microphone chanting for Chavo.
They said, hey, we'll give you a free t-shirt if you can like Chubby Bunny better than anyone else here. I'm like, all right, hell yeah, give me the mellows. It would be Pentagón, Mysterio, and I'd go, Chavo, right at the end.
But Chubby Bunnies, so like you would be, Chavo, Chavo. That's really hard to do with fake Chubby Bunny in your cheeks. This match is beautiful. We're gonna jump towards the end. Towards the end, it's a lot of like, okay, two of us are in the ring. You get the fuck and stay the fuck out. Mysterio sets up Penta in the ropes. Classic 619 position, but Chavo is also there. So Penta ducks out of the way. Chavo eats the 619. Mysterio's like, shit, okay, climb the top rope. We still got this. Chavo tries to disrupt Mysterio off of the top rope. Pentagón super kicks his skull off of his body. Chavo collapses onto a heap on the outside. Mysterio's all woozy on the top rope. Out of the corner, running Penta driver and the cover. And my face when seeing Pentagón Dark pinning Rey Mysterio and winning in 8 minutes and 42 seconds. My heart, that smile heart, you know, the one that the deadly one that I need to go to a medical examiner to get looked at. Oh, it's so filled. It's so warm and it's so filled. And I know he's a bad boy. I know he's Pentagón Dark and he's a bad boy, but it makes my heart so sore. It's so cool to see. It's so cool to see.
Yeah, I said to Nicole, imagine like these are probably people you grew up worshiping and loving every single week on TV. And then not only are you in a match with both of them, but you clean finish. Like there's no trickery there. You didn't need it. You're just that dominant. You'd be like this. I'm living the dream. But there was one part where Stryker says, oh yeah, you know, like Pentagón's evil, like you used to be his master. And then Vampiro says, don't bring up how I was a grown man's master. Like that's pretty much what he says. It's like, wowzers.
I missed that. Don't bring up how I was a grown man's master. Why not, Vampiro? It was fucking sweet. And you're doing it again for Puma. Don't be like you're not.
And then in the end, Chavo gets in the ring. And I was like, why did I write down Marty? No, Marty the Moth wasn't in here. But that's because Chavo's like, oh yeah, I'm going to beat this shit out of a referee with a goddamn chair.
Oh yeah. So at the end of the match, Penta grabs Rey Mysterio's arm. He's gonna break the arm. He's gonna do the sacrifice. Ray, I think might be. I think he's the second person to escape on his own. Where like he goes to, I forget who the first one was, but Ray, you know, he's going to break Ray's arm. Ray, and I love how Ray like he's not just like arm drag. He doesn't just like pull his arm out. No, he goes through a whole like head scissors routine with Penta to get it to like escape, which is fuck Rey Mysterio King Lucha shit. I tell you what, it's so cool. Penta's thrown out of the ring. Chavo's still here. He's like, you know what, Ray? Fuck you. I used to hate Penta. Now I just hate you. And I still have my chair. My best friend. My amigo. And he levels Ray with the chair. He levels Ray's knee with the chair. He goes to set Ray up in the Tree of Woe, which is upside down, hanging by your knees in the corner. Referee Marty Elias is like, no, please don't. Chavo hits the referee with a chair. Marty, no. Marty, no. Before one last swing of the chair, Ray crumples into a corner, clutching his knee. Commentary makes it sound like they're writing Ray off of television. I don't know how much longer he has in the company. It's because it sounds like this might be the end of Rey Mysterio and Lucha Underground.
Could be.
Again, Chavo Guerrero standing tall with a chair. You piece of shit.
The Tree of Woe is also in that same position as how you do the Pee of Woe. It's just like when you're in that position and you start peeing.
Mm-hmm. Now, the trick is when you're hanging upside down like that, not peeing on yourself because of gravity.
Yeah, well, that's the woe part.
The woe is when you realize how hard it is to not pee on yourself thanks to gravity.
But when a sexy person does it, it's the P of whoa.
Yeah. And when I'm doing it while signing off of Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, it's the trio of, well, this has been a great episode. Thank you all so much for listening. If you want to get more of us, make sure you check out twitch.tv/GooseVonKaiser, where I think for my last stream, I got really high on shrooms for my birthday, and I played the N64 classic WrestleMania 2000 as classic Hollywood actor Ernest Borgnine. And then we watched the movie Marty. It was fun, come through. We do shit like that.
I thought you were going to play as the classic Hollywood actor Hulk Hogan.
Never. Absolutely never.
Man, he's so good as Dave Dragon in 3 Ninjas 4, High Noon at Mega Mountain.
You shut the fuck up and go through your plugs, you son of a bitch.
Hey guys, head over to patreon.com/MLM Pod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. All July month long has been Pride in July, where I'm getting my queer friends over to guest on the Citizens of Townsville Z to discuss Powerpuff Girls Z. Hey, did you know Ace from that is in the Gorillas? Oh, we don't talk about it.
Isn't he Ricochet in the WWE now?
Yeah, he is. Oh, did you hear like Mojo Jojo's in AEW now?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's
Johnny
Cage.
Mojo.
Oh, Johnny Mojo's fucking good, dude. That's good.
I'm telling you, we're making t-shirts. I don't know what, but we're making t-shirts.
And if you're a $10 patron, you get all of that plus monthly bonus exclusive content. Right now, it's in the form of straight to Patreon as, what is it? What are we calling it? Oh, Summer Mockbusters, where we're watching Mockbusters. Sean, would you want to come over to watch either Atlantic Rim, a mockbuster of Pacific Rim, or Bound, a Charisma Carpenter starring movie that is a mockbuster of 50 Shades of Grey? And you better believe it's pornographic as hell.
Oh my God, I don't have time to ask what is a Charisma Carpenter, so yes. All right, my answer is yes.
She played the mean girl turned like fun girl in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Sean will probably be on that, guys.
I'll be on something, yeah, you know it.
And in this feed, if you're not listening to Death to Squids, it's one of the best shows that we've been doing, guys. Listen to it. Jose and I getting rip-roaring high, watching action sci-fi movies. We just closed out the Starship Troopers, and now we're going on because, yeah, guys, it's more sci-fi than horror in my opinion. The Resident Evil franchise.
Let's go. I watched all of those on Shake and Bakey's channel. Those shit fucking weird.
Yeah, they're great. I love them, and I'll love them even more stoned out of my mind. But yeah. $10 patrons also get shout-outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, Joshua, my brother, Bickle in Common Law. Wait, Bickle in Common Law? No, Bickle Brother in Common Law. Steve Barnes, A Sweet Child of Time, my mother, Lil Corey's BFF and now former roommate Shane, That Fed, twitch.tv/Core Winning, it's Corwin. Oh, and from the Rom Complex, as well as Formulaic, a podcast and script writing, it's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2. And oh my God, look at him coming here. It's brand new $10 patron. It's Zinny D from the Speed Radio podcast, a podcast all about Sonic the Hedgehog. And I've been James.
And I've been Sean, and this has been a Sweaty Time of Pro Wrestling. Purple Prancer forever. Be like Bob.
Bye. Oh,